Welcome to this 39th video in our Gospel of Love series. Once we begin spiritual practices of purification, we must understand that we are dealing with a relationship. God is eternally a person, and so is every one of us. The only way how we can succeed in any spiritual endeavor is by cultivating a favorable relationship with the Supreme Lord. This is a completely different task than trying to climb a mountain, because we are dealing with another person. The outcome of my spiritual endeavors does not just depend on me. Rather, we find out sooner or later that my success in spiritual life is completely dependent on how pleasing I am to God Himself. Any aspiring candidate is therefore advised to study what is pleasing and what is displeasing to God. There are many different types of relationships that one can have with the Supreme Lord. Some are very close and intimate, and others are more distant. Will always relate to each person in a way that is exactly how close that person wants to be with him. A person who calls himself an atheist, in fact, they want to be unaware of his existence, and thus they claim that he does not exist. Some people, they previously asked God to make it so that my mother will not die, and then later they feel, God, let my mother die. Therefore, they erroneously conclude one of two things: God does not love me, or He is cruel, or He is incapable. Unfortunately, there are too many people who are thinking like this. To think that God is responsible for the good things or the bad things that happen to each and every one of us, this is incorrect. God does not get involved with all the little things that happen in this world. He's only indirectly responsible in the sense that He has established the laws of karma. The laws of karma are such that the individual living being is completely responsible for his or her actions. That is the arrangement that God has established. The individuals are completely responsible for their choices, for their actions, and the reactions to their actions, which are results of those actions, are entirely the responsibility of the individual. Too many people lose faith in God because of this one imperfect understanding of their so-called previous relationship with the Supreme Lord. Instead of them wanting to serve and love God, they want to be served by God. So then this becomes an upside-down relationship. It is really a figment of a person's imagination. How we relate to the Supreme Lord will determine how pleasing to God and how close to Him we will be. So this is something that we can all very carefully consider.